Are these the gun axes? I don't think I've ever seen them in action. I've only remember them from when they like revealed the army.
Oh, yeah.
Axe guns.
Combining the power of axe and of gun.
It's the best combo.
So good. Do you like Final Fantasy gun blades? Well, you'll love gun axe.
If you wanted to make like a fantasy or sci-fi world without guns, is there like a neat way of doing it? Just being like, this element doesn't exist, so you can't make gunpowder.
I think like you just have to come up with a reason why guns didn't take off. Like, you know, why that wasn't a thing.
Or you'd make it more of a social rather than a technological thing. Like June. Oh yeah, because June has force fields, so everyone has to use stabbers.
Yeah. Like that sort of idea kind of makes sense. Or just choose like a tech period, because like, do you want them to have like automobiles and planes and stuff, but not have guns?
Yeah, I was just curious about. I was like doing some world building in my brain, and I came up with some like interesting combos, but like guns kind of ruin it. I was thinking like, how could you have a technologically advanced society, but that doesn't have guns?
But would they still be going to war?
Yeah.
Then just have it like the tech that
Just the anti-gun tech.
Yeah, it just was better, and so people just stopped using it. Or whatever the other thing was, cheaper, easier, or just there has to be something better than guns.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess like the June example is pretty.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
Or like I guess you can have like a cultural thing, like.
I feel like you can only go so far with cultural, though. Like at the end of the day, like if people are at risk of getting wiped out by people with guns, people are going to stop.
I know, but think of like Bretonians.
Oh, that's true. They just kind of refuse.
They don't do it because they're like, we don't want to, or like
But they're luckily not at war with the people who do use guns. That helps.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if there's like a just like, oh well, there's no whatever gunpowder's made of, like some material. It's just not around.
It could have just been they haven't been invented. Because what do you want them to be fighting with?
I was just thinking like a mashup of medieval knights and more modern like stuff would be
like
interesting.
Someone's in there like Ford Toyota with a lance.
Yeah, motorbike knights.
Just do that. Just be like, no, motorbike knights. Or have it like whatever. The government has super banned them. The same reason why a lot of whatever. You want to be a criminal in the UK. Chances are you're probably going to use a knife just because it is so much
hard
easier
to get a gun
to get hold of compared to a gun.
That's true. You could have a government that is just like, no. And maybe there are some in the world, but they are real hard to get hold of. Yeah. Because of the crackdown. Could live in a world without zinc. Is zinc important?
Yeah, but you don't want to set that cascade off. Because if suddenly that means like, oh...
What are the butterfly effects of no zinc?
Yeah, just think of all the other things that might have zinc, like, oh, well, actually, no, you can't have telephones then.
And batteries don't work now.
Oh, batteries don't work.
Okay, yeah. I think that's the problem. I would need to be a real smart boy to know about all of the knock-on effects.
Yeah, holy shit. There's zinc in the human bodies. Well, fuck, I guess my fucking dick falls off then. Solid zinc, baby.
Clonk.
Clonk, exactly. Zinc is actually in telephones. Amazing.
They did ban crossbows in Europe. Did they? I mean, not permanently.
I think like them banning in bits of Asia where they were like, you can't have proper weapons.
And all the because the warrior monks and ninjas had to train with like farming implements.
But yeah, then that forced people to suddenly like loads of martial arts were developed out of that. Because like you've got to suddenly work without it.
But that was enforced by people with weapons. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the people who are like no guns have to have guns.
But like, you know, if you had that rule, but then as time goes by, they haven't used guns, and it slowly is now just like a thing in the past that like, oh, we just don't touch that shit. Because then every now and again, someone can break the rule and turn up with a fucking gun, and it's ace.
Yeah, that's
Because everyone's
true.
like,
oh shit!
we've been working for like 50 years. I've trained my entire dojo in the coolest fucking martial arts. And the guy walks up with like an AA-12 automatic shotgun and just mows them all down in like 3 seconds. And that dojo master's like, fuck, guns are really good. I wasted my time.
I wasted my life. Oh man, I love the idea that because no one really ever uses guns, they're incredibly rare, that people just start thinking that they're shit.
Yeah.
They're like, I think I'm such a good fucking karate guy that I could dodge a bullet. I think.
Like, people say like, oh, yeah, guns. Yeah, they were actually terrible. Like, oh, there's a reason why we don't do that. And like, we take so much pride in that.
They jam half the time, I heard.
They jam. You've got to reload it. Do you think I have to reload these? Not at all.
Like Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember when he reloads his arms?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Which Mission Impossible? I've not seen a lot of the Mission Impossibles.
Arms, Mission Impossible fight. Guns
Reloaded.
See this one? Where he's like, bam, bam. So Henry Cavill's on the floor, and he's like, throws a guy through a window. It's coming up in a sec, I think. It's been a while since I've seen this.
Oof.
It's the one with the mustache, the one that had to be CGI'd out for Superman.
Right.
Here he is. Used up all my guns. Got to reload my guns. He's just like, I've used up all my... He used up all his punches, and he's like, right, I'm going to reload these bad boys.
Okay, fuck.
Bam, bam!
I thought he was going to have, like, robo-arms that he was going to actually be fucking reloading or something.
No, I described it poorly. But he was just like...
That's fine. Wow.
Got to load them guns before I punch this guy.
My God.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe that sort of route.
That's a fun idea.